Hi, Patrick.
Hey,
What people don't know is that we already did a test run, right? Because
we already started the podcast 3 minutes ago.
the uh, the production team, which is me. Yeah, I wondered Instagram wouldn't go live. That was because we weren't. Anyway, we're live now. So, what do you got there, Patrick?
Oh yeah, so anyways, Dale's here. His car's here. I saw a picture, by the way, online of a 1995 All-Star race car that he had. They called it the Silver Bullet. Have you seen pictures of that thing?
I
It's
don't
like
think
this
so.
gold one, but all silver, super slick. Look it up later.
Really?
Cool
No.
car. Yeah, they called it the Silver Bullet. I was on Facebook real quick, and I was like, "That's a cool
Oh.
looking car."
But
Anyways,
I wasn't born in 1995 yet, so I don't
you weren't.
remember.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
You know,
you'll
I,
get
I,
there.
I was a little. I don't know. I guess I was a couple years old in 1995.
Yeah, I was like 11. Not
Oh, I
bad.
didn't want to hear that. I was 1995. I was in Biloxi, Mississippi, serving our country.
Hey, all right. Yeah,
I mean,
that's rad.
I know it wasn't the world traveling that I would expected in my life, but it was not. It was not Meridian. It was different.
Yeah, that recruiter's full of huh?
Oh, I know. They're like, "Oh, you travel the world," and I'm like, I get out of boot camp and school. I'm like, I want to go to Japan or Germany, and they're like, "All right, that's great. We'll see you in Biloxi, Mississippi." And I spent 2 years there.
Oh
That's okay.
man.
Then I really got to travel the world my last 2 years, and I went to Wichita Falls, Texas, like a
Oh,
45-minute plane ride away. And that was
nice.
that was about the time I thought I'm ready to go home. That was
Yeah,
good.
you're a cultured fellow.
Yeah. So, um, Sherry Waters and our race to end bullying friends are watching us tonight. So
Yeah. Hi,
very
Sherry.
excited.
Also, Sherry's also they volunteered to add. They've got some stuff. Nice race to end bullying banner thing we'll put up. I might have to move rooms. We're gonna get folks have really been hooking it up. So Sherry said they've got some stuff. It's just a matter of running into each other. I got a phone call just the other day from
Yeah. So,
our friend Jerry at Overturf Photography.
hmm, what did he have to say?
So he said, "Hey, there's something in the mail," and I'm like, "Okay." And he goes, "I'm gonna send you a tracking number." Okay.
There you
But he
go.
said it might not get there by the show on Wednesday night. Uh, he said, "I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to open it on the show."
Oh,
He said, "Nobody else has this. So it's something fresh, something new. I don't know what it is. Tracking number says it's going to get here tomorrow."
of course it is.
So I have to sit. I don't know if he planned this, like it's some kind of torture technique. They're like he wants me to go as long as possible with a package, a gift inside my house, and I can't open it
So that would
until
be
we're on the show again.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's only 7 days.
And every I'm gonna have to have my wife hide it or something like that because I'm gonna look at it and it's gonna be like Christmas where you just want to peek just a little bit.
Just a little.
But I told Jerry, I promised Jerry, I said I won't open it before the show. So make sure next week you're watching because something is going to get opened up. I don't know what it is. All I know is it's from Overturf Photography. So it's going to be something cool.
Of course. Sherry says, "Damn it."
And exactly, that's exactly what I wanted to say. But when Jerry makes me swear on Dr. Pepper that I won't open it before a show, that's a serious oath to take. So I promised him, and we'll have something. We'll have things. Additional things will be in the background soon, in my background. So thank you, Jerry. Kind of. I don't know if that was on purpose.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Or he's like, how can I mess with Patrick's brain as much as possible? Let's send him something and make him wait a week to open it. I don't know.
I
But
like that though. It's It's like buying your kids a Christmas present on December 1st, and you can't have it till the 25th.
And you only enjoy that if you're the one who's given it. Yeah. So, and no, it's really going to be cool. If you haven't liked our Facebook page, if you're watching on YouTube, go to the Facebook page for Pit Stop Podcast. Logo's up in the corner here. Like the page. I'm going to post when I get that thing in the mail. I'm going to post, and just so because I don't know, is it this big? I don't know the size, the shape. I have no clue. So I'll do maybe like a quick live video or something, and we'll just kind of show it off. I can't open it, but I can show it. He didn't say I couldn't show it. So
true. All right.
Where he said he wanted to add to this. He wanted to add to the background. So we will be accumulating things. Yeah. So thanks, Jerry. Shout out Overture Photography.
Love them. Love them. Gosh, man, it's Memorial Day weekend already. We were just shoveling snow and begging for race season, and here we are.
Yeah, we really were. It seemed like 2 weeks ago we were shoveling snow.
Yeah, but now we got a full weekend of racing. Lots of stuff going on up here.
Well, it better happen, unlike last weekend.
Oh man, you guys got the Mother Nature downer 2 weeks ago. And then how we all stood in the pits until 3 o'clock. Just, it's like getting drenched. Looking at that little blue spot that then turned black and blue.
Oh, man.
And you never know. And I mean, Adam and Brent and Colton are in a tough spot. It's 3 o'clock. We got 3.5 hours till we have to race. Do we hold out a little bit? Mother Nature they were reading Mother Nature correctly. It rained all night long, so we never would have gotten a race in. Rainouts are depressing.
Yeah, and that's like you said, the guys that have to make that call, that job sucks because you want to wait as long as possible before having to make it, but you don't want people to be there all day and still not have the racing, and then they're like, "Why'd you make us hang out?" You know what I mean? Exactly. It's a bad thing.
Somebody knows what you're getting.
Who?
Look at that.
Sherry knows something. She heard it's badass. Literally, that is the word that Jerry used. He said, "Listen, this is pretty badass." So I believe the guy, and I definitely believe Sherry. Sherry has never lied to me. So
it must be badass.
I believe it. Yeah.
Okay. Jerry, speaking of Jerry and Mary and Overture Photography, for the folks at Magic Valley and Meridian, Motorplex to Mill, all of our tracks locally, coming soon from the Idaho Historical Racing Society. We've got some surprises coming up that you can purchase to support the organization. That's all we'll say, and we couldn't have done it without Overture Photography. So I'm thinking Spanky will be picking up the merchandise in the next 48 hours. In Twin Falls and bringing it to the valley.
I'm intrigued. This is the type of thing that we call a win-win because and I haven't even seen it yet, but you get some cool merchandise, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And because I'm not even on the end, so I don't know what it looks like, but I know it's probably going to be cool. And so you can get something cool and you help preserve the history of racing in Idaho. So everybody wins in that situation.
Everybody does. And yeah, Sherry knows. Look at that face. The emoji.
Sherry, do you know more? Do you know more? What do you know? Do you have any details?
Yeah, she has this detail right here.
What? Yeah, that's the detail. That's the main one. That's all that matters.
She's like, that's all you need to know. That's what you need to know. So we'll talk a little bit about only one racetrack got anything done last weekend. That was Black Canyon Raceway. I had the opportunity to hang out there with Andrew and the crew. We'll talk about that. Meridian Speedway, we'll talk about Smash-O-Rama, and then you guys are right back in a week from Saturday racing in Twin. But there's a big show going on in the valley, and I just wanted to bring Travis on here, Travis Milburn with the Motorplex at the Mill. No camera, but we've got you on there, right, Travis? You there?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah, I think they said that he's on a private flight back from Costa Rica or something business. I don't know what it was. It was some top secret, so they said no cameras allowed. So at least we got audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, audio's better than nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got Travis Milburn, so we're special because he's a busy guy. Travis, Motorplex at the Mill. We talked to you guys prior to the season. You've already got a race in, but we got a big one coming up Saturday, don't we?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be one of our bigger shows of the year. It's our first, I guess you call it big money pro late show we've ever put on. So, should have a pretty good car count this weekend. Got some heavy hitters that are going to be there. Yeah, just looking forward to getting the first edition of this race rolling, and it should be a fun day of racing.
Wait, how much money's big? How much money are we talking?
Winner gets 7,500, and I think it's going to be about, with the amount of cars we're expecting, it's going to be a $18,000 to $20,000 purse. So pretty good. It would have been a really good payday like 10 years ago, but nowadays 7,500 to win. There's 10 races that big, but it's still obviously a good amount of money, and we got some of the guys showing up are there for a reason, so it should be a good race.
If anybody shows up talking about $7,500 not being a lot of money, they're living really, really good, really, really good.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a lot, but yeah, no, it'll whoever wins it's going to be obviously having a good day. But it's the first time we're doing a race that's longer than our traditional 75 laps. So there's a lot of unknowns for a lot of the guys this go around, because Northwest Tour went 150, but we've never gone over 100 with the 970s. So it's definitely going to be some uncharted territory for everybody at the mill. But I think that's what's going to make it a little more exciting for everyone watching.
So
How many laps are you running, Travis?
125.
Okay.
So it's called the 83617. So if you do 100 plus 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 1 plus 7, it's 125. So it kind of worked out, and that's the zip code for Emmett. So
hold on, I'm just confirming that.
You got to have a catchy name. It can't just be something generic, So
right.
Yeah, math checks out. Yeah.
Okay, you Patrick approval, right?
Yeah.
That's all we needed. What are your sporting classes? What do you guys got other than the pro lates, which obviously are the highlight of the show?
Yeah, well, we got the mods are running again. They got another 800 to win 40 lap race. That's our normal pace. So every time we run mods, and it's a single main, it'll be 800. So gonna have a bunch of those guys back out, and then we got the mini stocks and the Hornets running their first race of the season. And then we'll have a few Bandoleros and Young Lion Legends out there doing a little exhibition deal. And then once they're done with that, they're going to be back in the foyer area of the grandstands with their cars signing autographs for all the fans. So we're going to allow the young drivers and the fans to be able to, interact, and they get to meet some of the young up and coming drivers moving up the ranks here. So we felt like it'd be a really good opportunity with a larger than normal expected crowd to, get their faces out there with everybody and give them some good exposure.
That's really cool. It's things like that can make a difference for, I guess both sides, right? As far as the track, it's good that everybody can see that you're supporting everybody, not just the quote unquote, the biggest names that come out there to the track and trying to get them some love from fans and some exposure, but also, they appreciate it. And I'm sure, it's cool for fans, because I come from the fan side of thing. I've never been in the racing side of it, but it's cool for getting the autographs, pictures, seeing that these drivers are really approachable, and you guys putting them in a spot where you can interact as a fan with those guys. It's kind of a cool thing to see.
Yeah, definitely. We just, especially when they're, the 7 to 14, 15-year-old age, it's really good to get them out there because they're going to be racing for a long time. So better get them out there early than late. So just definitely want to try to build up these kids as they keep moving up that ladder.
And they deserve it because it's a lot of work, even for the youngsters. You know what I mean? There's so many hours that go into it, and I mean, mom and dad help, sure, and the partners, but they deserve all the recognition they can get, I think, too.
Yeah, for sure. And everybody knows I primarily do, have been doing go-karts the last 5, 6 years. So, and I know how much it means to the kids when they get to, be out there in front of fans and everybody. So I want to make sure, with all the young kids coming up on the circle track side, I make sure they get to experience that as much as possible.
So rolling into week number 2, show number 2 for you guys. I know just by keeping, and everybody can look at your Motorplex at the Mill Facebook page, Roadhouse at the Mill Facebook page. How are things coming together in 2025? I mean, you guys, it looks like you've got some great concerts booked at the Roadhouse. Obviously, we're going to kick the big stuff off with the Pro Lates this weekend with this big race. Everything coming together pretty good now that we're in the season.
Yeah, no, it's going really well. We this year compared to last year, we didn't have the Roadhouse really rolling, and this year now we got the Roadhouse hammer down 100% going. So everything's going as well as we could personally expect right now. I just see us continuing with a lot of momentum across the board with everything we're doing. Especially on the karting side of things, that's starting to snowball really, really big for me. So I expect the same to, begin to happen on the circle track as well. So it's been a lot of work, but we're starting to see some of the rewards happen, which is good, and it's good for everybody. But yeah, no, it's exciting to see the stuff starting to slowly come together for us.
You guys deserve all the success you can handle out there. I wanted to make mention of this. I don't know how the concession sales are going for you, but if you ever want, if we want little tips, I'm well versed in concessions, you could say. It's kind of my thing. So if you ever want to, you know what I mean, we can work up some twists to maybe add to the cheeseburger game. I don't know. I'm just saying I can help. If you need help, if you ever want help, I'm available.
Patrick's the concession man.
Yeah.
Good. Because that's one of our things we've been working on. And, I definitely can get you in connection with John on that because he is in charge of the concession side of things. So definitely can get you hooked up, and always good to, get help from wherever we can get it, especially if you got experience with it. So
listen, I've eaten a lot of cheeseburgers in my day. And
cheeseburger.
So yeah.
I gotta say, one of my favorite cheeseburgers is actually, I really enjoy the Meridian Speedway cheeseburgers. I don't know what it is, but I really like the cheeseburgers at Meridian. I don't know what they do, but I like them.
That's funny. We were sitting in the office, Josie and Tyler and I, last weekend, just talking about, because it was pouring down rain. We were waiting to get out there. We were talking about food, and it's like that used to be my go-to, was the Speedway burger. And I stopped and thought, it'd been seasons since I had one.
What?
And yeah, I just kind of, and Travis is right. There's nothing like a Meridian Speedway cheeseburger. And that means, Patrick, you need to come to Meridian Speedway to eat.
Yes.
We're not sending them to you. You have to drive up here.
So honest truth is, for the Pink Lady Classic, I have talked to my boss about not working that weekend so that I can, my 9 to 5, so I can get up to Meridian, because I need to have a cheeseburger there this season. And albeit it's like pushing 5 hours from my house. I'll go that far for a good cheeseburger.
For a cheeseburger.
I'll travel for a good cheeseburger. Yes.
Travis just on the screen looks like course, the Speed Tour Mod guys would love to come out there. I know you guys are throwing the classes in and everything. The bars were saying, "Hey, we want to go out there." Gates open at 4 o'clock, and then at the Motorplex at the Mill, you go racing around 5:30.
Yeah, racing will actually kick off a tick sooner. It'll start at 5 because in the middle of the program, we tried it last race and it worked pretty well. We're going to run pro late qualifying during kind of in the middle of the heat races. So we'll get racing kicked off, and then kind of like an intermission in the heat races, we'll be running pro late qualifying. And it worked out pretty well last race. So especially for a bigger race, qualifying can sometimes be one of the more exciting things of the night. Just like when you have Diamond Cup or Pink Lady, honestly, qualifying is arguably the most exciting part of the whole night, watching those guys rip around. So we wanted to make sure that was one of the highlights. So we're starting a little bit earlier at 5, but should be hopefully wrapping up around 8:30, and then everyone can go head on down to the Roadhouse and party it up afterwards. So we'll be opening everything up at the Roadhouse after.
Very nice. All right, man. Well, I know I talked to John and you, and I'm going to head out there and give you guys a hand on Saturday. And I know that I bet you're expecting a heck of a crowd. I mean, the pro lates are awesome, but when you're running them like this, I think it's a big draw here in the Valley, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Look forward to seeing you. It should be a lot of fun. Hopefully you don't have to help me in my car this weekend, because if you do, that means something bad happened to me. So hopefully I only see you in passing. But yeah, should be a fun weekend. And Donovan, we are working on it. So we're working on stuff behind the scenes. So trust me, we're working on it.
All right. Well, cool, Travis. We just wanted to get you in here real quick. I know this is a big one for you guys, and we just wanted to help kind of get the word out if some folks were trying to make some Memorial Day weekend plans and weren't quite aware of what was going on in Emmett. Hopefully we can ship a few hundred of them your way this weekend.
Yeah, should be fun, and we'll turn around and ship them back on Monday, back to Meridian to watch some cars get tore up.
All right. Awesome, Travis. Thanks for coming on, man. Roadhouse at the Mill, the 83617. We'll see you out at the track on Saturday night.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks. So Travis Milburn in the house. Yeah, it works out good, Patrick, with the multiple tracks in the Valley that these guys are able to do some scheduling. I don't know what the word I'm thinking of. A word.
Balancing, juggling, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you're a short track fan in the Treasure Valley or the Magic Valley, I mean, you got 2 big nights this weekend.
Yeah, and Memorial Day, what a weekend. If you're going to be doing something with the family, getting on out to the racetrack is an excellent idea, because it's something that everybody can have a good time watching. Kids to, senior citizens, whatever. It's something what's more American than racing?
Nothing.
Exactly.
You know what's more American? Brian Malloy that said he ate 2 of your cheeseburgers waiting for the rain to stop Saturday.
Hey, Brian, I'm proud of you.
And he still looks athletic and fit. They didn't even go to his hips or anything, I bet.
Lucky genes, lucky genetics.
Right before we had Travis on, we were talking about your surprise gift. John Waters lives with Sherry and doesn't even know what the heck you guys are talking about. Let me get that off of there. So Motorplex at the Mill. If you haven't been there, check it out. I mean, there's racing to go around for all of us. I mean, whether it's
Meridian, and they've got the Roadhouse too, so it's like
and that's
built in, have a good time venue.
Yes, and I need to tell. So if you're a country music fan, they have got all kinds of music. But this year, 4th of July weekend, they have Easton Corbin. He's a country guy.
Yeah.
For us old people, on August 8th, Diamond Rio.
What?
Going to be at the Roadhouse at the Mill. And then a new guy that if Travis is still listening, even if I have to clean up some garbage, I could do that for a couple tickets to Cooper Allen, which he was here in Boise not long ago, and now he's going to make a return on September 5th, Roadhouse at the Mill. Yeah, I mean it's something that you've never seen before, Patrick. So when you do get up here in September, we'll take a quick drive over to the Mill so you can take a look at that racetrack. It's an open air bar, the Roadhouse is, so you don't have to walk in, through a door, and it's open air, no walls, so the kids can be playing out here, and the adults that want to go have a drink can go in there. It's family friendly, just like we always talk about our racing.
Very cool.
Want to talk real quick about Andrew Richardson and the crew at Black Canyon Raceway. We talked to him earlier this year. They had another edition, their third race already. I got to help them out with the first one. The second one we were unable to attend. We were paying respects to Al Russell. But yeah, they had a great run. Outlaw Karts are making a little bit of a comeback up here, Patrick. They have what they call them the cage clones. We started calling them the fart carts, which were for old farts, like you and I could do it.
Yes. Okay.
Outlaw karting up here, if you get 6 or 7 in a class, that's a big class. I mean, that's
Okay.
the little kid classes you can usually get 10 or 12. I was helping Andrew do some staging and some officiating, and yeah, I looked at the paper. 19 cage clone carts qualified last Friday night. 19. And if you go on our Pit Stop podcast page, I did a short live because I was really supposed to be working, but it's like there's no way in heck I'm not gonna get a video of 19 of these cage clones. They had like 2 yellow flags for spinouts. Not even no carnage. So
just clean racing.
yeah, and those are like you could get in one. You and your daughter could get in one and race together. There's the Blant. I'm just to name a few. The Blanton family are a husband, a wife, and their kids, all in the same class.
Oh wow.
It's I don't want to say it's like the Hornets of outlaw kart racing, but it's your entry level, not even entry level. It's your budget outlaw kart racing. You go down to Harbor Freight, you buy their $200 Harbor Freight motor, their Predator motor. You take it to Andrew. He seals it to make sure it's all stock, and you go racing. That's it. You got some weight rules and that sort of thing, but for the most part, even you could be a race car driver.
Yeah, so that's something anybody could get into, and you're not looking at spending $1 million. So you could really get into this racing thing on the relatively cheap side of it, and still have a great time.
Yeah. So big shout out to the crew at Black Canyon Raceway. Topher is a longtime karting guru. He is their race director the last couple of weeks. There was a point where just the wind was blowing and the track was dry. It's a dirt track. You have to fix it during the week or during the night a lot. And they came over the radio once early, and he's like, "We're 39 minutes behind already." And Andrew's goal is to try to drop the checkered flag before 10 o'clock. That way the kids can go home. If we're not out there till 2 in the morning. When my kids raced outlaw karts, there was a night out at Hawaii Motorcycle Club that my son was in the box stock, which is the 7 to 10-year-olds. He was getting ready for his main event at 1:20 a.m.
What?
So I had like 4 to go because there was crashes or the track got bad. It was nothing about the organization. It was just when things go bad, they go bad.
It's one of those nights, yeah.
So at 5 o'clock, we were 30 minutes behind, and we dropped the checkered flag on the 500 main event at 9:59. And track promoter Andrew Richardson was all smiles. Andrew and his crew are doing a hell of a job out there. So I just wanted to give him that shout out, because when you're promoting a racetrack or you're a coach or an athletic director or whatever, a lot of times you only hear the bad stuff, right?
Yeah, all too often. So we gotta, I think as a society, be better at giving people their flowers before they're gone.
Yes. Yes, Terry as well. There was one night we used to race indoor in the winter here. We had the fairgrounds in Caldwell. And my kids did that. There was one time that I thought my kids' mother was going to kill me because my son was sitting in his outlaw cart and like 5 carts fit inside for staging. Everybody else has to stage outside. And this is wintertime racing. This is Thanksgiving weekend. They would always do a race. And so I have a picture of my 6-year-old son sitting in an outlaw cart, this much snow, 5 inches of snow on the hood.
No way.
Propane heaters on each side of him. And yes, his mom was not happy, but he was, and that was all that mattered.
Yeah,
So-
kid, I bet is super stoked to be racing, but staging them outside.
Yeah, that was because it's like a horse arena. So literally the track takes up the entire building when we did it. So you had to come in a garage door at the end, like 4 or 5 or 6 carts fit. Those guys go out. We can bring the next ones in.
Holy cow.
So yeah, and Terry Hassan and her late husband Mike, a huge part of that all these years as our kids grew up doing it. And yeah, Terry just lets us know that Andrew's doing a great job, and he's running a tight ship. That's what you got to do to make everybody happy. But if we buy fart carts, Brian Malloy says that's what he started with, and now he has go-karts and pro late models. He's got a couple of legends. I noticed he just had to like redo the floor on his trailer this weekend to make it all beautiful and pretty. So yeah, Brian. So I think what Brian Malloy is telling us, Patrick, is he'd like to buy us a couple of fart carts to put in his racing team. Is that not the way you're reading that?
That's kind of how it's coming across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we could be
Fully
packaging-
wrapped sponsored deal. Yeah, that's kind
Yeah,
of what it
I
sounds
mean,
like.
That's just
Yeah.
that's kind of the way I read that. I don't have to talk to Brian later, but I mean,
Yeah.
for like 6 Saturdays a year, I could be Brent Malloy. You could be Patrick Malloy. We could be his 2 long lost sons.
Patrick Malloy. If those things go over 7 miles an hour, I'd be crying behind the wheel.
Oh, they do.
That's, yeah.
They
I don't
do.
know if I could do that.
And then, of course, Sherry and the Waters crew know that that's the way it works because they started out with the quarter midgets and stuff, and now they're sitting on sprint cars and midgets and traveling the Northwest.
Yeah, it's called a gateway drug, people.
Yes. He didn't say yes, but he didn't say no. So he said LOL.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There's a chance. And we'll just leave it at that until race season. So yeah, that's the karting world because, like I said, Mother Nature owned the day at Meridian, unfortunately. So, and you guys too. Last you got a little bit of racing in, and she drowned out Magic Valley as well, right?
Yep, cut us short a couple main events, which really it just sucks. But we can't control it, so we kind of just have to make the best of it. And the cool thing is when it comes to racing, I've seen events get rained out, and I expected to see down in the pits people packing up as fast as they can. You know what I mean? Like if you look in the parking lot, the general parking lot, you see cars filing out in a hurry, just a line of cars. You look to the pit area, and I saw charcoal grill coming out, and we saw people putting hot dogs on the grill, and I was like, well, there's something different about these folks because it's not just about the racing, and it's about hanging out with their friends. And I remember I talked to someone and he said, we're going to have a cookout either way. It's not just about the racing, so we're here to see family and friends. And I was like, man, that's so cool because a lot of these guys and gals that we see, they are dead serious race car drivers, but like that's not the complete deal for them. They love to see the people that maybe they only see at the racetrack. So it doesn't matter if they can't race, it sucks. They don't like that, but they're not going to let that ruin the time for them, and they'll still make memories either way. Super cool. I love that about the racing community.
Yeah. So, yeah, there was quite a few of them at Meridian afterwards. I mean, like Brian and those guys, they had the canopy set up. They had the trailer popped open. They had, a tarp hanging down one side because the rain was raining sideways in the morning. And yeah, it's a bummer, but you got to make the most of it. And I know that for Brian and the family, Braden had a whale of a hit in his first season in the Pro Late earlier this year, and that was going to be their retest, their test run, bringing it back.
Mm.
So hopefully they can take it back home and make sure everything's tip top. I'm sure it already was, and we'll see Braden back out there. You know, out of just a heck of a driver out of the 250 micro sprints, and Braden did a great job. So I can't wait to see him do battle with Andrew Palmer and Neil Latham and
Yeah.
the John Lesters and those guys of the world in the pro late. So, yeah. So rain, whatever. I'm not a rain fan. So it kind of ruined my week. And then it was nice to get I got in touch with John, and he's like, "Night at Meridian. Remember, you said you'd come out here to the mill and help us." I'm like, "Oh, I do have something to do on Saturday." Saved me. So Travis and John saved my day. So we'll be out at the mill on Saturday, and then we'll be back home on Monday. But it's a little crazy on Monday. It is a Crown Utilities Smash-O-Rama on Memorial Day on a Monday night in downtown Meridian. Idaho Asphalt Service is helping out. Speed Tour Mods, the ZAMP NASCAR late models. Oh, there's where the Malloys, they'll be back. Snake River Legends, they'll be back for that. Nando's, and of course Firehouse Pub and Grill Thunderdogs, and the Hornets. The Beast Jet Dragster is coming. Fireworks, and a whole mess of stuff that Colton and the crew have planned to cause chaos.
So you got super fast racing. We got Smash-O-Rama, the Beast. If you guys haven't seen a jet dragster, Jeff Atamian, he'll put on a show and show you some fire like you haven't seen before. So if you like fire and destruction, you're probably going to want to go to the Meridian Speedway on Memorial Day.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Speed Tour Mods were down with you a couple weekend. Well, on your rain out weekend, they're making their season debut at Meridian too. So Daryl Doling, Speed Tour points leader after a little chaos down there. So we'll see who shows up at the quarter mile for that. Andrew Palmer and Nico Heinzel and Neil Latham are like 12 points apart in the late models. It's early in the season, but you and I mean, I've always gotten criticism for like, oh, you're keeping track of points. It's only the second race. That's what guys like us do. And you are a liar if you are a driver and you don't look at those points every Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. And it matters because you can just not act, have not show up or not be able to make it to one race or whatever, and it can totally sway everything.
Yeah, it is. So we keep track, and we say that Daryl Doling is your points leader. Mm-hmm. Andrew Palmer, Neil Latham, and Nico Heinzel are in they're going to have a Memorial Day battle. And then Jet Phipps, he won the first Bando race. Legends, we had like 6 million of them the first weekend out. It was like 19 or 20, but it felt like 6 million. Leon, points leader at Meridian. I know he had a scary tumble at the mill, so we'll see if that crew can get him back out to hang on to that lead. Multi-time champ for Leon. Hornets, Thunderdogs, all the great stuff. Get your tickets online though. It's always a big event, and it's supposed to be in the 80s the next 3 or 4 days up here. So from wearing my sweatshirt at work all day today to my bikini on Monday.
Ooh.
Yeah, hey, a guy's got to make a little extra cash.
Tell Jerry at Overturf to make a calendar.
A sexy announcer calendar.
Yeah.
There's only like 4 of us in the valley. So you, me, Dan out at Black Canyon. We'll snag DJ Everett. So 4 of us, we'd each get 3 months. And no offense to any of us, but I don't think any of us would look good in a bikini.
Yeah, that'd be a sad day.
It might be Jerry might want to make a who's wearing the most clothes.
Yeah, the layered up version.
The layered calendar for the winter. So yeah, I mean that's Meridian. We're back at Twin on the 31st.
Yep.
So I have a question. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Because I get it all the time. I'm old, so I've been here. I've been at Meridian since I was in diapers, right? And doing this job for 22, 23 years behind the mic at the track. What got you interested? I had this question. I was at the racetrack, obviously 2 weeks ago now, and I usually try to hang out at the flag stand afterwards and chat with the people, because at Meridian they're leaving right by the flag stand. And the guy's like, "You've been doing this forever. Why? Like, what got you interested?" So then I got to thinking, there's probably people out there that have the same question about all of us. So what about you? I mean, we know you were down at Salt Lake and RMR, but for the fans out here listening, where did Patrick come from? Because I don't know that you and I have ever even told each other in front of our Pit Stop podcast fans, how we got started.
Yeah, so down in Salt Lake, I was working for the local sports radio station. And I was behind the glass being a producer, and I wasn't on air, just pushing buttons, things like that for all sorts of different, whether it was a football game broadcast or talk shows they had on Saturdays, whatever it was.
Right.
And one of the shows I was producing for was a show about racing, and doing that, but it was kind of it's not what you'd expect. We would record on Tuesdays. The show would air on Saturdays. So I had little to no interaction with the people that are listening. Don't know if people are enjoying it or not. It was kind of a different deal. It was fun because the guy that I did the show with, Ron Duncombe, if you've hung out with him, you always have a good time. So it was great. It was just different. And then one day, and Ron was working at the racetrack at RMR, and he said, "Hey, the guys," meaning Mike Eames, Dan Breach, he said, "they want to know if you'd be interested in being their oval track announcer." And I was like, "Why not?" I was just one of those things where I could have said no right there, and so much my life would be so different right now. But I was like, let's give it a shot. So went and tried it out, met Dan Breach at the track, went through all the hiring stuff. And I was taking it so serious. Like at first, like I was asking questions to the other announcers, and what do you say when this and that? How do you do this? And I kind of, the first night, I remember the first race I did, I was with the general manager, Mike Eames. He was kind of showing me, here's how you announce this, or if this happens, here's how we do this. And after that, him and Dan Breach, that was the great thing, is they kind of just, there's your booth, do your thing. And the more that I was just being me on the microphone and not trying to be who I thought like an announcer needed to be, I had so much more interaction with the crowd, and I met drivers and stuff, and they would, "Oh, when you said this, that was funny," or this or that, it seemed like I was doing something different. I don't know. I was just being me. But then, yeah, when people come up and say, "Hey man, I liked you being the announcer. It was funny tonight. We had a good time," or "I haven't been here in a few years. We had a great time." Just stuff like that. I instantly got hooked. And the more I got to know, we meet the Waters family and the people that have been racing for a long time, and they could easily be like, "Who's this new kid?" It was the complete, they were just totally, "You're part of the family now. Come on down, come say hi," and everybody was so accepting. I just got hooked, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And I could interact with the crowd. Anything I said, you instantly know whether it was good or if it was not. And you could adjust on the fly like that. And so I just love the opportunity to interact with the crowd, and get that feedback. The interesting thing now, that with how we're doing things at Meridian and Magic Valley Speedway, the online broadcast, it adds a whole new element to it, because it's almost like you've now got two audiences to think about, right, at the same time. And it's a whole new dynamic, and I just love it. And people, even earlier today at my day job, they're like, "You drive a little over 2 hours, 2 or 3 times a month to go up there?" Like, yeah, like if you had any real idea of what it's like, you would totally understand, because like, I'm not just going there to watch. I am going there to watch. Like,
right.
Yeah, I just figured out a way to make it so I get the best seat in the house.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And you got the best seat in the house.
Yeah, literally. Like I get the best seat, so I don't get sunburnt because, as you can tell, I'm the kind of guy that gets sunburnt. So I don't have to worry about the sun at the racetrack. I get to sit in the booth next to the lady that runs the music. So I get to make requests for songs. I have a nice countertop so I can have my cheeseburger and Dr. Pepper right there for me. I got a nice chair. And then if I want to go down on the racetrack, I can go right up there. And nobody really asks me a lot of questions. You know what I mean? So It's kind of cool.
You're just there.
I love it.
Yeah, it is. It's like like I said, my dreams were always to be a race car driver. And when Kenny Hamilton gave me the chance to do this, I'm like, about 2 or 3 years into it, I'm like, I'm good, because I was a really crappy driver. So this is much better on the old bank account. So no, I just wanted to, because like I said, you and I pop on here, and if you guys are watching, just in the comment, tell us who's watching. Just say hi. I mean, it's always curious. We've got counters up here. It says there's 12 on Facebook and 100 and something on YouTube and all sorts of people. But tell us you're out there. Unless you're this guy, we don't care. No, I'm just kidding, Riley. Riley is getting ready. Riley would look good in a bikini for the calendar.
He could probably pull something off. Yeah.
Now let's tell him to keep it all on. We don't want him pulling any of it off.
No, don't pull that off. I meant the photo. Don't
tuck it in.
No. Yes.
Keep it on. He is headed to Colorado with Eric Reed. ARCA and the mods are racing. So Riley, I know, is kind of like us now. He's following his dream. He always wanted to be involved, and he is very involved with grip suspension and those guys. And I hope he has a safe trip to Colorado National Speedway.
Yeah, be safe, Riley. Have a good time. That kid's going places, so he's a hard worker. I love it. Love to see what he's doing.
Brian Malloy is going to be hitting the racetrack tomorrow. I'll see you there, Brian, because that's what I do on Thursday after work. Go get a grilled hot dog. Leo's there. He'll slice the hot dog down the middle and flatten it on the grill. It's an arty dog.
That's a pro move.
Yeah, so I'll get that. So see how they're doing. It's supposed to be like 75, 80 degrees the next few days. It's going to be beautiful. What about that? A couple weeks ago, you had the Outhouse Grand Prix.
Yeah.
At Magic Valley.
Mm-hmm.
This guy says he knows us. We now know him even better because he's a Outhouse Grand Prix champion.
Yeah, so there's two of us on the show right now, me and Troy, Outhouse Grand Prix champions, 2024, 2025. So,
so who's going to take the crown? Troy, you did it in a golf cart. Troy did it going backwards part of the time, almost took out the light pole.
Yeah.
And he did it on his birthday.
Yeah, it was great to watch. Troy really, he didn't care, right? He just threw it in a gear and hit the gas pedal. It was awesome.
So thanks, Troy, for watching. Great guy. Mike Fulmer, he says he recognizes us. See, now we're popular. We're not. We just begged people to get on here and tell us they're looking at us.
Yeah, tell me where you're tuning in from too. I want to know how many people we got up in Idaho, how many Utahns or other places.
Yeah,
kind of interested to see that.
Riley Robert likes burned wieners. Can we say that on the internet?
Burnt hot dog? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want it. I don't want it cold. Well, actually, I don't even like when I have to give my dog pills. I cut the end of a hot dog off and I shove a pill in there.
Yeah.
My dog stares at me like, "You eat it." So then I have to eat half of a cold hot dog to show the dog that it's okay. So I don't know about burned though, Patrick. You're the foodie, but I don't know about burned.
No, I can't do burnt. Like I like well cooked. I'm a well done. Cook my hamburger, but not burnt. I don't like, or else I'd just go buy a bag of briquettes.
Yeah, and just eat those.
Yeah.
Oh, see now. Okay, what do you like on your hot dog, Patrick? We got like 7 minutes left. And what do you like on your hot dog?
I'm classic ketchup mayo, maybe a little relish if I'm feeling crazy.
Riley's a ketchup guy.
I could only ketchup.
I could see Riley just one of those guys who like puts half of the container of ketchup on it, and it's like dripping out the sides and all over. And
Just bleeding ketchup up.
the way I keep this body, I eat it plain. Hot
What?
dog, fun. I don't put anything on my hot dogs.
What? That's it. What?
And same with my cheeseburgers. It's
No.
meat and cheese. I mean, what do you need all that other stuff for?
I mean, at least a jalapeno.
Oh no.
Will
I
that
mean-
wreck you?
Yeah. I mean, so I grew up Basque, so we ate a lot of spicy stuff. And I think that my mom and dad burned all the insides out of me as a child. So now I just go plain Jane.
Just
only
plain.
only ketchup for Riley.
Riley, that's kind of, I don't know, man. I mean, I get it. Ketchup's good, but only ketchup, I don't know, man. Now I'm starting to question things, but I
Yeah.
get it. He likes ketchup. The sprint car's red. I'm starting to see things, in the picture there. Yeah. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yep. Willie Ginn's sprint car right there. Beautiful sprint car.
It looks so good.
Going to be out at Meridian for the Diamond Cup coming up. Troy's in Idaho Falls.
Hey, all right.
He's only a few hours from you.
Yeah, I think, two.
2?
Is it 2 hours, I think, from where I'm at?
Troy, go buy Patrick dinner.
Drive
Hot dog
down
with
here to small town
a-
Utah.
jalapeno. So yeah, so we've got a couple of big racing nights. Want to thank our friends on Instagram. I've gotten a couple of comments that people like watching us on Instagram. I just did it one night just because it gave us an option.
Literally,
guess.
Brent's like, hey, I guess we can do this too. Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah. When Patrick and I set this up, it's like, do you want to be on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or the X? I tried to do it on the X when we first started last year, and then it wanted to charge us, and I'm cheap.
Nah, it's
And
okay.
I'm not a Twittery guy, so I was like, nah, we're good.
Yeah.
But Peyton, our social media guru and our producer on Speedcast.tv up at Meridian, he was like, hey, it's pretty cool. We can watch you on Instagram. I'm like, yeah. All right. We're
on.
hip, right?
We're getting there.
Ooh, Riley's going to be in Salt Lake tomorrow while driving by. So
Well,
throw a
I'm an
hot
hour.
dog-
No, I'm an hour north of Salt Lake, so I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to,
Closer to-
swing
you're
by.
closer to us up here.
Yeah.
Brian has jumped over to our YouTube page. Brian, thank you. And tell all of your friends to subscribe because we need to get to 1,000 people, and we are nowhere near that. But we've got nearly 1,000 on our Facebook page. So if they'd all go over there, not go, but if they'd like that as well, that would help.
Yep.
And Brian, the banter, the cool thing about StreamYard that the Race to Win Bowling does for us that gets this show, if you're yelling at us, if you're yelling at us on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, we get them all right here. It tells us, like, Brian has the little YouTube symbol right there. And
Yeah, so we know where it comes from.
Yeah, we know that Troy is what they name after him?
They named it after my initials, TP.
Toilet paper? What did we say? See, that's the bad thing about being an announcer too, is a lot of times 8 seconds after you say something, what did they name after you, Troy? I think Patrick and we forgot what we said.
Yeah.
At least I did. But I've got a lot of things that I could call Troy Palmer that have the initial TP.
Let's start with TP.
Yeah. And Donovan is sitting on the scale pads. Donovan Barr, you talked about him last weekend. Didn't end up so good at Magic Valley, did it?
Wasn't so good. That's racing, right? Not always going to be a great night. But what we do appreciate is people like Donovan being willing to go out there and put on a show no matter what. So got a straight-ish, put it all back together. We're going to try and shake it down at Meridian. Yeah, have a good time there. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll get our opportunity to, as we were talking about, right? We're going to shotgun a Dr. Pepper in Victory Lane. So it'll happen. Don't worry.
It'll be there.
Yeah.
So the best way to get warmed up, Donovan, is to win on Monday night. And then when you go back down to Twin, because you guys got a couple of races in Twin with Speed Tour mods this weekend or this year, you'll be all ready to roll.
Yep.
The outhouse race because of the toilet paper.
Because the toilet paper? Yeah.
There we
Okay.
go.
All right.
So
The,
maybe do we call it at Twin Falls? I don't know. We'll have to find a name that involves Troy Palmer and Patrick, the last two champions.
The Troy and Patrick Outhouse Grand Prix, the TP Grand Prix.
The TP Grand Prix.
Listen, it's not the easiest life when you're a champion, you know what I mean? But it's a mantle that guys like me and Troy are willing to carry.
Yeah. I would like to know, Troy did good in the mini stock that night, but how many autographs did you sign for the Outhouse Grand Prix? I want to know. I want to know how many people came up to Troy Palmer and said, "Hey, I just went number 2. Will you sign this extra toilet paper?"
I just went number 2. I grabbed a few extra squares. Can you sign one for me?
So, yeah. All right. Well, cool. One more. Oops. I almost just thought the show was over. I just about hit end stream right there. Like, see you later. We're gone. Again, the Race 10 Bowling, we want to thank those guys and gals for helping us out. What a cool organization, huh, Patrick? We couldn't do this without them.
Yeah, so they're great folks, and they're leading a great cause, and that's to end bullying, because bullying's not cool in any form, anywhere, at any time. So if you can do anything to stop some bullying from happening, you're part of the cause, and we love you. You know, even if it's just saying something to somebody, or if you know somebody that's getting bullied, be a friend, because there's a lot of people, I think, struggling in the world, and the people at the Race to End Bullying just want the world to be a better place. So join the fight with us, the Race to End Bullying.
And of course, Overturf Photography, Jerry and Mary, they're hooking you up. They've hooked me up. They're hooking up the Idaho Historical Racing Society. And I'm pretty sure come Diamond Cup weekend, we'll see them at Meridian Speedway with all the cool stuff. And Jerry sends me some stuff, and I love it. I love getting the text from Jerry because he'll be like, "What do you think of this? Oh, look at this one. Look at that one. Look at this one." And him and Mary and whoever else is helping them. I know they've got some people, the Hardys, help them when they're here. Cool stuff, Patrick.
Yeah, I hope I can see them. They came down to Twin last year, and they've got at their little, they set up their like booth area under the canopy, and they have so many different things. It's not just, we have like t-shirts, they've got like ornaments and plaques and posters and things. If you can think it up, they can figure out a way to make it happen, and not just make it happen, but have a picture of your favorite race car driver on it. Or, maybe it's the logo of the racetrack, whatever it is, they can make it happen. So every time that I've been able to run into them, whether it's been a couple times up at Meridian or at Twin, I'm like, I just wish I had I wish I just had a few more bucks in my wallet, because I just want to buy it. I want to get that, but I want to get that. Well, I want to get that too. And I like that over there. I just find myself doing that at their booth. Like, you have that. Yeah. Just want so much.
I always go over there to talk to them when they're there, but I go around the back, come in like I'm going in the employee entrance at the back. Because I know if I was up front, I'd be doing the same thing. I'm like, yeah, I do need 5 clocks that have 5 different sprint car drivers on them hanging in my living room. We can sync the times.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's from the big stuff to the little stuff. I know Natalie Waters put a little blurb out about some trading cards that he made her. So that might be something to look forward to at Meridian Diamond Cup weekend.
Yeah, if you see Natalie Waters, ask her, see if she can show you. They've got some new stuff coming down the pipeline. So it's always cool to see what's trending. You know what I mean, with the merch and the new things that are coming out. So it's really cool.
And Jerry's full of ideas. He was running a few of them by me. What do you think? Do you think the kids would like these? Would they take that? So cool stuff. Overturf Photography. Troy was going to have him sign his toilet paper, but the rain destroyed it.
Yeah.
Are you sure it was rain? Troy, did you know? Did you go in and have to use it later? Although outhouses, I don't think that outhouse even had water in the toilet. So it must have been rain.
Had to have been rain. Yeah.
Sorry, that was one of those comments that's like we had to keep. I didn't know where it was going to go, but I opened it.
It's all good.
Tucker Webster Racing and Scent Savvy helping us out. Western Cargo, Idaho CDL, and Iron Body Fitness. That's always my Wednesday night stop after the show. Patrick, look at this. I'm already lifting weights, Joe.
Hey, look at that. Yeah.
That's
proof, Joe. Hitting the weights during the show.
During the show. It is isn't that adorable?
That's cool.
Anyway, guess you can tell that a baby lives at my house again after all these years. Honestly, that's not mine. I don't chew on it or anything. All right, man. Well, Memorial Day weekend, I want everybody to, our veterans and our family members and everybody that we've lost. That's the big part of the weekend, right?
Yeah, most important thing is remembering those folks and never letting the memory die.
So you go out, and what's the weather supposed to be like in your neck of the woods? Do you know? You guys gonna have a
So-
nice little weekend?
Yeah, we should. I was looking at it this morning. As of right now, we're looking at high of 75. So we'll be all right.
That's not bad. So we
Partly
got,
cloudy. That's right. My sweet spot is 70 to 80, partly cloudy. That's my kind of weather.
Yeah, I love that because then it's not cold, it's not too hot, we don't get fried, and we're not freezing. Saturday night in Emmett, 81 degrees and full sunshine. And
Nice.
Smash-O-Rama 2025 on Memorial Day Monday, 86 degrees and sunny. This white boy's gonna get fried, but it's okay because we're gonna watch the cars get blown up and some stuff falling from the sky and all the cool stuff. So
It's going to be a good time just to stay hydrated.
yes, stay hydrated. And if you're headed out the Motorplex at the mill, get out there early. I bet you that place probably for the first time. They've always had some pretty decent crowds, but I think this race is going to draw, especially with the big weekend and the beautiful weather. And the Meridian folks are going to be out there. Terry Hassan, I know Darren, all these guys. Meridian's quiet. They're going to go help Travis and John roll that show out. So that'll be pretty cool too.
It's going to be a good weekend.
Okay, so there you go. Thanks to our sponsors helping us out. We'll be back with some Overturf photography rapid race replays next week because we didn't have anything to replay this week.
Unfortunately.
Nothing
Yeah.
Nothing
Not
happened.
our fault, though. Not our fault, though.
No, it was Mother Nature. She always does this to us.
Mm-hmm.
So for Travis Milburn, head out to the mill, Smash-O-Rama at Meridian Speedway, and then next Wednesday we'll be back for the big reveal of Patrick's present.
And go to our Facebook page because I'll do a live. As soon as I get it out of the mailbox, I'll show you guys what it looks like. We'll have some guesses, and you can guess what's inside.
See what's inside, and maybe there'll be a prize. Maybe if the Overturf photography prize or present that Patrick has, here we go. The winner will get an Overturf photography prize that I happen to have a few sitting right here at my feet. So if you can correctly guess what Patrick's getting, you'll get
Yes.
something too.
Yes, I love it.
Okay, 2 quick comments. Somebody's talking. Okay. Uh-oh. I must have made him mad.
Oh,
Text me, Brent Hardy.
you're in trouble.
Troy's mad at me again. Okay, Troy, I'll call you here in a bit or text you in a bit. Text you when I'm done bench pressing.
Getting that pump.
Dang. So, yeah, for all of us, we're going to get out of here and enjoy a long weekend. And, yeah, man, have fun with the family this weekend. Hopefully you guys got some good plans going. Enjoy that spring/summer weather that's going to hit you.
Yep, just going to try and have some good times with the family and remember our loved ones.
Okay, so in memory of all those that have gone before us, served our countries, and all of our racing family that have left us as well, we'll be doing some memorial races here in the next couple of weeks. For Patrick and Travis, we're out of here. We'll see you at the mill on Saturday and Smash-O-Rama on Monday night. Talk to you later, bud.
See ya.